This one's gonna be a roadie. I'm taking you on the road. I'm busy. I'm running errands, doing this and that. Trying to get it done before the weekend ends and then work week starts. So a couple things. I was up late last night. That's what happens when you take a nap during the day. You stay up late. But a couple things. I'm gonna jump around. Number one is communities, neighborhoods. More of the older established community neighborhoods where people have lived on those blocks for 20, 30, 40 plus years, right? Maybe even their parents lived there and then they died, they moved in, the kids or whatever, one of the kids, right? This really relates to this age and this time and age that we live in right now, right? Where we see a lot of the older, old school, proud Americans, right? The old school ones, the ones that, you know, grew up in the 50s, 60s. More, my generation would be more 70s, all right? But late 60s, 70s, you know, the Gen X generation, right? The last of the Mohicans, right? Versus today's world. I saw a video on TikTok and someone said, Gen X, how did you guys do it? How did you get through life? Not arguing, fighting, and, you know, race being an issue, and, you know, how did you get along? And so many people responded saying, well, we just did the damn thing. You know, we didn't cry about it. It wasn't a, you know, we didn't get our feelings hurt. And someone said, social media fucked y'all up, you know. Social media messed y'all up, this generation today. We didn't have that growing up, right? It was just go outside, play, make friends. Someone didn't like you, you go found another, you just went and found another friend, right? Not everyone's gonna like you. That's just life. Not everyone's gonna win. Not everybody's gonna get a trophy. You win some, you lose some. But you live and you fight for another time, another chance, another day, another game. You keep pushing, right? That's the problem with this generation. They don't want to push. They want to cut angles. They don't want to put in the time, the hard work, etc. Yada, 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 right? It's how do I get from here to there as fast as possible without putting any time and little experience, right? And I don't hate on the younger generation that make mistakes but want to learn from it, right? They want to learn from the mistakes by asking questions. How do I do this? What did I do wrong? How could I have done it better? How do I fix this, etc.? Right? But the ones that don't, right? The ones that don't at least try to gain that knowledge, I don't have any pity for too much, right? I have compassion, but I'm like, do you really want to learn, or do you want to just keep cutting corners in life? Anyway, back to the neighborhood. And I think this is what we're seeing play out right now. You have an established neighborhood, right? People that have lived in this neighborhood, this community for, 20, 30, 40 years, right? They know the neighbors. The neighbors know them. They all live by the same code, the same creed, the same standard, the same respect. They're of the same mindset and generation, right? But what happens when you have a new, younger buyer, or buyers, if it's people, because nowadays you can have 2, 3, 4 people own a house and live together, right? If their name is on the lease, on the deed, on the title, they all pay taxes, they all own the house. And they don't necessarily live by the same creed, by the same standard, by the same moral way of living, right? They just do things differently. And I can respect that. This is me not knocking on the next generation. I get it. But I also get the old school generation. They don't want change. They want it to stay the way it is. And this is progress. This is inevitable. Again, I'm not taking sides. I'm just kind of observing, thinking about this to try to better accept the changes that are coming, the changes that are here now, right? Changes are coming for everybody. You can stay in your little bubble. You can stay in the woods. You can live off grid. You can live in the desert, and 50 miles, there's no houses in either direction. You can live with the wolves. But outside of that realm, everything is changing. Time is evolving, right? The way of living. Just, it's inevitable. You're not going to stop progress. And again, this is not me saying accept it, go with it, just do it. There's nothing you can do. I'm not saying that. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen regardless. It's that fine balance of living the way you want and still keeping up with modern times so that you don't get so far left behind. Because you can stay in that bubble for 20, 30, 40 years, but there will be a day when you get old and you have to have care, go to the hospital, live in a nursing facility, maybe have to move into town with families so they can take care of you. And your world will be rocked to the core that you will feel like you are out of time, out of place. It's a world that you don't understand. It's almost like that skit from Saturday Night Live, the caveman. He's like, I'm just a caveman. Your world frightens me, right? Imagine taking somebody from another era, another time frame, freezing them, or them staying in the bubble, right, in the woods, whatever, and then coming out 10, 15, 20, 30 years later saying, what the F is going on? I don't understand this. Well, you've been in a bubble. You haven't adapted the skills of modern time to stay relevant. And this is the problem that I see a lot of people that I know. They stay stuck in the past, and I get it. I'm just trying to find the balance of the old ways, a little bit moderate times, and then I'm thinking about the future so that I can stay relevant and maintain the best lifestyle that I want, you know? If you think about it hard enough, you will see yourself in this picture and you will say, you know what? He's right. Change is coming. Change is here. There's nothing I can do. I said I was going to jump around, but I think I'm going to end it because I'm already at past 5 minutes. So let me know what you think. Peace. God bless. I'll make another video soon. Red out.